Hey guys, today's video is my foundation collection. And it is quite a collection. Foundation, if I haven't mentioned before, is my absolute favorite part of makeup. It's my favorite makeup product, and it's one that I continuously buy. I'm always on the search for a new Holy Grail foundation. Even though out of my collection, I probably have like 5 or 6 that I absolutely adore. And I have one that if that's the only foundation I ever use for the rest of my life, I would be totally okay with it. I'm still on the search for something a little bit better, which I think all of us are in some area of makeup. That's why we are called makeup addicts. But today I'm going to be talking about the foundations that I have. And I want to give kind of a slight disclaimer. First of all, no one needs this much foundation. Not even a professional makeup artist. I am aware of that. This is not the foundations that I keep in my kit. That's completely separate. But because I am a professional makeup artist, I do get a pro discount at a lot of stores. So the majority of these foundations I did not pay full price for. So keep that in mind. And you know, the ones that I can't get on pro discount, I've waited till like the Sephora VIB sales or something where I can get at least a little bit off of them, especially the more luxury foundations that I have. So just keep that in mind. Please don't bash me for having this many foundations. I think we all have a vice, and foundations are definitely mine. So I'm just wanting to do this to kind of give you an overview, maybe some ideas for some new foundations that you might want to try that you maybe haven't even heard of, or just want a different perspective on. So if you want to see my entire foundation collection, then just keep watching. All right, to tell you a little bit about myself, I am an NC 25 in MAC most of the time. I don't tan. I don't really even fake tan. I'll go to the pool in the summer, but I am so afraid of the sun and what it can do to me that I slather myself in SPF. So I don't really get much darker than I am now. I'll get a little bit darker. So maybe in the summer I'll run maybe an NC 30, but most of the year I'm an NC 25. So that kind of gives you a comparison when I tell you the colors of these foundations. And my skin is normal. This past summer is the first summer ever that I've had a little bit of problem with oil, but I still only had to touch up once a day, and that's only if it was really hot outside. So in the winter I don't really get dry. In the summer, most of the time, I don't really get oily. I'm fairly normal all around, so keep that in mind too, and I'll kind of tell you if I think each foundation is more suited for dry, oily, normal, or what. So we'll go over that. The first 2 foundations I'm going to talk about are the only drugstore foundations I have in my collection. They are not the only 2 that I've tried. I think there are a lot of good drugstore foundations out there. It's just not what I tend to buy per se. Oh, sorry, let me turn my phone off. They just aren't what I tend to go for, but I have tried them. I do like Revlon Color Stay, especially for full coverage and oily skin. Even the dry skin, I would not get the dry skin version because it's a little too dewy for me. I'm not huge on dewy foundations, you'll see that. I like to control my shine, so I want to know exactly where I'm going to put it, and I like to do that with a highlighter. So most of these are going to be natural, demi-matte, or matte foundations. So the 2 from the drugstore, the first one is the CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous, and I have mine in the number 205. And I really like this. I think it's for all skin types. It's got good coverage, and it is a natural finish. The next one I've talked about many times on my channel, and it is one of my very favorites, the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. I highly recommend this for everyone. If you have dry skin, oily skin, if you have super, super dry skin, maybe put like a drop of beauty oil or something, mix that in with it before you apply it to your face, and definitely use a beauty blender if you have dry skin. But other than that, I mean, I think it works on everybody. It's the best, most natural matte finish. You don't look like you're caked up, and you really can't overdo it. Like I love everything about this. This is in shade 105 Natural Beige. I really need to go to 104 in the winter, which I will definitely purchase, and this is almost out, so I need a new one anyways. The next foundation, I had a love-hate relationship when I first got it, and now I absolutely adore it. And it's the MAC Face and Body, and I'm in the color C3. It is a water-based foundation. It is suited for, in my opinion, all skin types, because once you learn how to apply it, and once it's set, it's not going anywhere. It gives a little bit of a dewier finish, but it doesn't get dewier throughout the day, if that makes sense. It stays the way that you put it on. I mean, it is it says it's waterproof, I think. It doesn't say on here, but I think that they claim that it's waterproof, and I highly agree with it. What I had to learn is when you put this on, I tap it on and I rub it in with my fingers, and if you do that, it kind of gets a different texture as you rub it into your skin. And then I dot a little bit more and kind of stipple it on with a brush. I don't use a beauty blender with this. And then it just gives the most beautiful finish. So it is a good foundation that comes in 2 sizes. This is the smaller size. The next foundation slash add-in is the CoverFX Custom Cover Drops. I'm in the color G30. And these mixed with these, I absolutely love it. I wore this yesterday, and I just, every time I look in the mirror, I'm like, oh my goodness, you look like you're 10 years younger than you really are. It's a fabulous combination. You can add these to any foundation to bump up the coverage, change the color. I have not used them by themselves, but I know some people do that, so I guess you could try. Next, I've also used in a video, and it's the IT Cosmetics CC Plus Color Correcting Full Coverage Cream plus Anti-Aging Hydration Serum plus SPF 50 UVA UVB Broad Spectrum. If there's anything IT Cosmetics is known for, it is their long names. This is the only CC cream I have in my foundation collection. I'm not a huge BB cream, CC cream fan because I like coverage. I do have a fair amount of redness in my skin. This has the best coverage of any CC BB cream I've tried. If you want to see it in action, I will link my 10-minute foundation or 10-minute makeup routine, and you can see it. It's just really, really good. Next is an oldie but a goodie, and probably one of the first high-end foundations that I ever bought. This is the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and I have a MAC pump on it. It does not come with a pump. And I am way down. You can't see, but I only have a little bit left. I didn't use this for a long time, and I pulled it out a couple weeks ago, and I think I posted something on Instagram about how I didn't realize what I was missing, and that I forgot how much I loved it. The trick to this is it can cake up really, really fast. So start out as sheer as you can go and build up from there. If you put too much on, it's going to be very obvious you have makeup on. So it's a very beautiful finish, and I think it's suitable for all skin types, but you do have to be careful with how much you put on. Next is another MAC foundation, and it is the MAC Studio Fix that everybody talks about. This is an NC25. I like it. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It's not my favorite in my kit, in my collection. I bought it to see if I wanted to stock my kit with it because so many pros do. And I have another MAC foundation that I like a lot better than this. So this is just a so-so. Once I'm finished with it, I probably won't repurchase. This one is a no foundation serum from Perricone MD. And it is only one color, so that helps. It's not good for darker skins because, like I said, it's only one color. So this is, I think they call it light medium on the website. And it is a very thin actual serum. Let's see if you can see. It may not be focusing. They say it only takes about 4 drops. I use more than that, but I use these on days when I really don't have time. I will put this on, and I'll put this on. I won't even set it. I'll put this on, put some mascara, lip gloss, and be out the door. And it's a very light, sheer to light coverage, but it's also very natural, and it has SPF 30 and skincare benefits. So if you're looking for something sheer to light with benefits, then check this out. And we're going from sheer to light to the highest coverage foundation I think I've ever tried in my life, and this is the Marc Jacobs Remarcable foundation. This is fairly new. I am in the color 33 Beige, and it also comes, it's not a dropper, but it's just one of these. It doesn't even drip off. It's very thick, but it's very lightweight, very lightweight. And when I mean you don't need hardly any, I'm talking dot right here, dot right here, dot right here. That's it. 3 dots max. If you put any more than that, you will look like you have a mime mask on. I mean, it's a fine line with this foundation. So definitely be careful with it. It is beautiful. It does tend to separate on me throughout the day. And not because of oils. It's almost like it just cracks and starts to look cakey. So I'll only use this when I know that I'm going to have my foundation on for like 6 to 8 hours tops. Because if I'm going to have it on any more than that, it starts to break up and look bad. So I'd get a sample of this because I think it's fine for all skin types. You definitely, it's a learning curve. These next 3 foundations are from the same company, and it is Elcie Cosmetics and Makeup by Lilith on Instagram started this. And she's a professional makeup artist who I absolutely adore her work, and I really look up to her in LA. And I was so excited about this, and the reason I got 3 is because I just knew that I was going to want to stock my kit with it. I just knew it because she used it on all of her clients. All the pictures, all the demonstrations look great. I don't like this foundation, and I'm really sad about it. It's supposed to be a natural finish, which I mean, I guess it is, but I'm talking, it makes me look like an oil slick within like 3 hours, and I'm not even oily. So I just don't like it. I keep trying it, and I'm gonna keep trying it because even though I got these on a discount at Namie's, and I can't return them for their return policy because they have been used. So I have to keep them, so I'm going to keep trying. I'm going to keep using different primers. I'm not giving up because, I mean, I bought 3 bottles. The Golden Tan I bought to contour with, cream contour, and I still do that. Like, you can't tell, but I've only got about half a bottle. I do like it for contouring. I just don't like it all over the face. Okay, this is the most luxury foundation I have in my collection, and it is the ByTerry Terrybly Densillis. And I'm in the color 7 Golden Beige. Comes with a pump. ByTerry is, if I'm correct, I hope I'm not mistaken, is a French brand that you can get on Beautylish, Beauty.com, and Space NK. And I get this on Space NK, and I really do like it. But it's $115 foundation, and I will not repurchase because I have other foundations in my collection that I like more, that are probably half the price, sometimes a whole lot less than half the price. So while I like it and while I will finish it, I am not going to repurchase. Although I mentioned in another video that when I pair it with my L'Oreal Infallible, really, really, really love it. And I'm talking, this does not budge. Does not budge. You can go sweat in like an hour workout class and it'll look the same when you get out. So that's a good combination. If you already have this, try mixing it with this, you'll like it. This is my last MAC foundation, and it is the Prolonger Nourishing Waterproof Foundation, again in NC25. I will say these, while they do oxidize, and while I can pull this off, especially because I bronze my face a lot, I feel like they run like a shade light. So I will get an NC30 when I repurchase because I like this so much that I definitely will repurchase it, but it just runs a little light. So keep that in mind. Maybe try a little bit out when you're in store before purchasing it. But it is a waterproof foundation, and it lasts a ton. It's a very natural satin finish. It's gorgeous. It's not dewy. It's not matte. It's right there, perfectly in the middle. And I mean, it's fairly. I get a discount at MAC, so I don't know. I don't pay attention to the regular price, but I think it's only like $27 to $30. Which is not that bad for a high-end foundation. Okay, now we're getting into my top 4 foundations that I have. I only have 4 left. And I'm gonna kind of go down. There's not one in this section that I like more than the other, except for the number 1 that I'll talk about. I like them all the same, but they're just a little bit different. And this is the newest foundation. Well, it's the second newest foundation in my collection, and it's the Giorgio Armani Lasting Silk. This looks really light, really, really light. It does have a pump in the tube, and it is light, but it does oxidize, and they suggested that you go a shade lighter. And I have been getting those samples that Sephora was giving out for so long of the Luminous Silk, and again, while I'm not oily, I got shiny throughout the day with that, and I just wasn't comfortable wearing it. Didn't want to have to touch up if I didn't really need to. If it was the foundation that was causing me to touch up instead of my skin, it's just not something I wanted to do. So I wanted to try the Lasting Silk, and I got this in the Friends and Family sale. And it, to me, is everything Luminous Silk is, but in a lasting formula. So if you find that the Luminous Silk did the same thing on you, give this a try because it is absolutely gorgeous. Because it has a broad spectrum SPF of 20, it does oxidize, so they do suggest that you go a shade lighter. So that's why I did, and I'm in the shade 5, and I'm in 5.5 in the Luminous Silk. So really, really, really good. It's a little bit expensive, so I waited till the VIB sale because I think it's about $62. And but I mean, I will repurchase. I'll probably wait till the VIB sales, but I definitely will repurchase when I run out. But in reality, how long is it going to take me to finish a foundation when I've got this many to go through? I mean, really. But this one, I have almost finished. And I really don't know where I heard. I think I heard about this a long time ago from Amanda Insing. She was using it. And it made me curious because it was a foundation. So I went on to the website that she said to get it because it is from overseas. You do have to get it shipped from overseas. And it was 17 euros, I think, which ended up being like $21. And I'm like, well, for $21 plus free shipping, mind you, from overseas, which is awesome, I was going to try it. And this is how much I've used. It's the Ex1 Invisiwear. You can tell there's only that much left. This is in the color F200. They don't have many colors. I think they have 5 colors, F100, 2, 3, 4, 500. And this is only for yellow/olive undertones. So if you have a pink undertone, you will not be able to pull off one of these foundations. This is in, again, F200, and it is a definite summer shade for me. So I'm going to purchase the F100 because I actually forgot about this in the past few months since it's been too dark. And when I got it out for this, I'm like, I love this foundation. It's another really, really long wearing one. And it says Invisiwear, and it looks like skin. So I'm definitely going to get F100, especially for $20. Okay, this is my newest purchase foundation. I got this. Nars sent out an email a few weeks ago to their Pro members saying that they were giving an extra 10% off. Normally I get 30% off. And they said, we're bumping it up to 40% off for the next 2 months till the end of the year. So I was like, well, I'm going to try something new. And so I got the Nars Sheer Glow. I had tried the All Day Weightless Luminous, and I really liked it at first, but then it did the same thing that the Marc Jacobs tends to do on me, and it breaks up and kind of looks a little crackly by the end of the day. So I never purchased a full one of that, and I'd never even got this. What? No, I take that back. I did get a sample of this at Sephora before I purchased the full size because I wanted to make sure my color was right. And I love it. Again, it's a really natural finish. It stays all day. I don't have a problem with having to touch up. And it gives just the right amount of glow. It's nothing too much. It's not overpowering for me. It does not make me look oily. I'm in the color medium 1 Punjab. Good foundation. Okay, we're at the very end. This is my absolute last foundation and my absolute hands down favorite. It's what I'm wearing today. It is the one that if someone said you can only pick one foundation for the rest of your life, I would pick this and I wouldn't even think twice about paying the money for it. It is the Girl On Lingerie de Peau. And I'm in the color 3, and it just says 3. They have a name on the Sephora website for it, but I'm just in 3. It's Invisible Skin Fusion Foundation with an SPF of 20. The SPF does not cause flashback for me in flash photography. I get the most compliments on my skin when I have this on. It is perfection. I don't even know how to talk. I really don't even know how to explain it. Please go to your Nordstrom's or to your Sephora if they carry this in store and get a sample of it. It is just amazing. It's long lasting. I'm at a loss for words as to how to explain it, but it is, I've had this for probably 6 months. 6 months, yes. I think I got this in the April VIB sale. Love it. And again, if I run out, I'm not waiting until the next VIB sale. I'm paying full price. It's $62. It is a luxury foundation, but to me, it's worth every single penny. So we just got through my entire foundation collection. Again, don't judge me. I know I'm a little crazy with foundations, but I really do love them. So let me know down in the comments if you found a new foundation that you want to try. Let me know if you have a Holy Grail foundation that I didn't mention, because like I said, I'm always trying to find new ones to try. And let me know what your vice is in makeup. Is it foundation? Is it eyeshadow? Mascara? I mean, we all have something a little bit different. So let me know, and thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all your support, all your comments, all of you who have recently subscribed. Welcome to my crazy foundation obsessed family. We're glad you're here, and stay tuned for the next video in a couple of days. Thank y'all so much for watching, and you have a blessed day.